Awesome. Well, first of all, I wanted to thank everybody for taking time out of your day to attend one of the two sessions that we'll be holding with both Aetna and CVS as it pertains to our medical changeover from our current provider, which is Independence Blue Cross, to, as of July 1, which will be Aetna for our medical and CVS for our prescription. Obviously, I know that there's a lot of questions that folks will have here this afternoon from our two presentations. Both Aetna and CVS will have a short presentation, but the majority of the time, both today and tomorrow, will be spent answering any questions that you have as they pertain to what's going to be coming as of July 1. Wanted to just do a couple housekeeping items, and then I'll turn it over to Aetna and CVS. First of all, we have representatives here, as I just spoke about, both from CVS. We have Chris here from CVS. We also have Lauren from Aetna, who will be speaking and answering questions that you would have. We also have our plan consultant, Aon Hewitt, here as well. And just wanted to touch base on a couple of quick items. Open enrollment, we did send out a communication. I did send out a communication last week on a number of items, plan designs, cost, your co-premium, any changes between the current plans and the plans that they'll be in effect as of July 1. In addition to that, which is probably more important, is the open enrollment. So open enrollment will commence as of Monday, May 16th, and will conclude the following Monday, May 23rd. The big item that I want to reference is on what was formerly the Keystone plan. The premium share that you as the employee contribute is increasing from 5% to 10%. So I just want to make you aware of that as you're looking at your plans and what options you may want to choose to go with. Just be cognizant of that, because it's obviously going to be a significant increase to the amount that you pay if you wish to remain on what would be the Keystone plan that'll be changing over. So just make sure that you look at your rate sheets as you're looking to make any potential changes to the plan. If you're not looking to make any changes to the plans you have, if you're on 10/20/70 now, you wish to stay on that plan, you do not have to do anything. But if you're changing, you're going from single to married, you're going from married to single, or whatever the case may be, you want to waive your benefits, those are when you need to initiate the paperwork that's available on the intranet, as we have made available in past years. Those are the only times you're going to need to send in information to make that change. You're going to a different plan, you're switching from Keystone and you want to go to 10/20/70. Again, those are the times you need to submit paperwork in, notifying Nancy Sabato, our benefits specialist, of that. If you wish to remain on the plan you're on today, as of July 1, you do not need to do anything. You simply will just migrate over on the same plan that you have currently, you wish to remain on. As I say, there's going to be a short presentation from both our individuals from Aetna and CVS here. And again, we wanted to spend the majority of the time to answer any questions that you may have. Now, following this meeting, obviously I'm sure that people are going to have questions as they come up. We certainly will be providing additional information for you to help you as you would need to, as questions would come up, things you need clarified as you would move towards the transition as of July 1. So with that, I wanted to again thank everybody for coming. We'll try to make this as painless as possible. I appreciate you taking time out of your day, and with that, I'm going to turn it over to Lauren here from Aetna.
Thanks, Stuart. Hi, my name is Lauren Moorhart, and I'm with Aetna. I am here with my colleague, Melissa Keller, and we will go over the medical benefits with Aetna that are available to you starting July 1st. You should have seen in the front, there's a brochure, so if you did not pick it up, plan to pick it up after the presentation. It has information on how to look up providers, some of our tools and our discount programs, and then we have all of a deeper dive into the benefit plans in the very back, and then the last page has the websites and phone numbers available to you. So with that, we'll get started. And a quick agenda of what we'll go over this afternoon. A little bit about Aetna. I hope everybody here is aware of who we are and where we are, and some of the members that we service. And then I'll go through the benefits that are available to you in July. Just a reminder, nothing is changing, so the benefits are remaining exactly the same as what you're used to today. And then we'll go through the member tools that are available to you as Aetna members. I will open it up for a Q&A, but if you do have any questions while I'm speaking, just let me know and we can adjust them at that time. Melissa and I will be available after the presentations to go over any personal questions that you have. We can review them then. And after the presentation, Chris from CVS will go over the pharmacy benefits. So I'll just review your medical offerings now. A little bit about Aetna. We, as you can see, we have a large presence in Pennsylvania. We have a large network in the local area. We actually have all of our member services housed in Allentown. So when you call the 1-800 number that's on your ID cards or in the brochure, you're actually just calling up to Allentown, so you're not calling that far. And we've trained all the service reps answering your calls on who the schools are and your needs that are special to just the schools. With that, I'll go into the benefits. I have a high-level snapshot of what some of the benefits are in the 3 plans that are offered to you. There is, like I mentioned, a deeper dive and a more thorough review in the back of the brochure. So if you don't see a benefit that you're questioning, just look in the back of the brochure. Melissa and I can also stay afterwards just to kind of review some of the benefits that you're using that you might not see. And as a reminder, nothing is changing. So the benefits are staying the same. It's just a different vendor handling your paperwork. So with that, I'll jump into some of the member tools that are available to you as Aetna members. We have a secure member portal, which we call our Aetna Navigator. And our Aetna Navigator will house all your claim information. You can download a health history report. You can create and input previous, health history. It will feed all your immunizations. It will come through, dates of service. You can look up a provider there. You can also download an ID card. I have the member service phone number up there as well as the link to the Navigator. Our service number won't be available until the beginning of June once you get your ID cards. A quick little thorough run through of how to register for Navigator. It's super easy. Go to Aetna.com, click login, register. Once you receive your ID card, which you should receive in the beginning of June, you'll receive 2 plastic ID cards. You'll enter in that information, or you can enter in your social security number and log in. One key feature that I like to point out about our Aetna Navigator is that you can download an ID card right there. So if you don't want to carry a plastic ID card in your wallet, or if you have kids in college, it's nice to be able to just download it and email it or text it. You can even take a snapshot of it and keep it on your phone. It's really easy to download. You just click Locate, Get an ID card once you've registered for Navigator. Choose who you want the ID card for. Is it for yourself, your spouse, or dependent? And then view, print the ID card. You can also request another hard copy, and we'll send you 2 hard copies in the mail once you request it there as well. So you might remember in the beginning when you first heard about Aetna, we directed you to go to Aetna.com and look for a provider. Well, we've really simplified it for you and created our own unique doc find just for the schools, and it only has the schools' plans available in there. So the link is at the bottom, but we also have the link in the first page of your brochure. It's super easy to use. Just type in the provider that you're looking for, the name or the facility, or you can search a general pediatrician or dermatologist, type in your city and zip, and then search the plan you're looking for. And I'll have a listing of all the plans just available to you right there. We do have a mobile app, and it is a free mobile app to download, and I have instructions on how to download it on the iPhone or Android, but you can also text a number on the screen from any smartphone, and it will show you where you can download our mobile app. We really encourage everyone to download it because it will have your navigator information on there for you. You can look for a doctor there, you can search your claims, check your benefits, pull up your ID card. You can also use our urgent care finder. You don't need to log in or register to be able to use this feature. You just simply click on Find Urgent Care, and it'll link you to the closest urgent care wherever your phone is, wherever you're standing, and directions how to get there and the phone number so you can immediately go. This is the conclusion of my presentation, so if there's any Q&A, any questions, I can answer them now. Yeah? Yep, so you certainly can get reimbursed. If you're traveling out of the country, emergency care is always covered, so simply go to the closest emergency room and make sure you just save all your receipts and you can reimburse them to Aetna. We are a nationwide company, so if you are traveling within the states and you maybe seek a specialist in New York that's in the Aetna network, you can simply just go and utilize that provider. You don't need to let us know that you're going over there, or if you have a kid, let's say in Penn State, you can simply let them know their network and they can use the providers in that area as well. Yep. She will be, yep. She just needs to, in the doc find, she just needs to plug in her zip code or city state, and then she can look for what providers are available to her there. Yep. So you do need referrals for the POS plan, and that is the same as what is today. But for the two open choice plans, you do not need a referral. Yep. So currently at Aetna, we have a gym discount program, which offers you a discount on the overall gym cost. And that doesn't matter how often or how little you go, but I know the Wellness Committee has been reviewing the actual reimbursement, and James can talk a little more to that. James is with Aon, and he has been working with the Wellness Committee to determine the details of the reimbursement program.
Thank you. Hi, good afternoon. Yeah, that's a hot topic about the fitness reimbursement. So the consortium, the Wellness Committee, is working currently to match the Blue Cross benefit, which is $150 reimbursement if you attain 120 gym visits or if you participate in Weight Watchers. So communication will be going out in June. And we're going to explain how we're going to match that benefit. It's not going to be through Blue Cross, obviously, since Blue Cross is no longer in place, and Aetna does not offer that service. They offer discounts. So stay tuned, more information on the reimbursement program. Okay? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that wouldn't have an impact on the plans that you choose. No, it's from time to a plan.
No, it's not, because that reimbursement program is a value-added feature, so it's not technically it's not a core benefit. It's definitely a nice-to-have feature, so it doesn't impact your core benefits, your plan, your medical, the comprehensive coverage that you have whatsoever.
Yeah, so it covers internationally for emergencies. So if you have an emergency underneath any of the plans, go to the closest emergency room, and you can resubmit your, make sure you just keep all your receipts, and you'll submit them to us, and then we'll work with that hospital to get reimbursement. Yes, so we are receiving a couple files towards the end of June and then even after in July on prior authorizations and current procedures that are happening now, so we can transition that care over to Aetna. Yep, so we are receiving that. Yep, so all the deductible information is also transferring over. So where you are in your deductible on June 30th, that's where you'll be July 1st. So we are getting all that information. So Aetna's preferred lab is Quest, but if you are utilizing a lab within your hospital or your provider's office and that's where you're going, that's fine. You can remain doing that as long as they're in network, but we do have a preferred lab of Quest. Yep.
So are you saying that if you have an in-network provider and they use a different lab, you have to say use Quest?
No, if they use their own lab within the hospital. Any other questions? Yep.
If you're in the middle of something and the transfers over, you're still continuing the same coverage?
Yep, you'll still continue that coverage, or you'll continue that procedure until it is complete. We are receiving that information on where people are in the middle of a procedure.
Right, like your husband has a colonoscopy coming up. If they discover something and the procedure's done after, then it's still changing the doctors or?
Well, we might want to, if you want, we can talk about that afterwards, and so I can get your information. We can look up to see the provider who he's utilizing, just to make sure they are in network. Because it would depend on if they found it, and then, if 2 months later he went in for a procedure, that would not be. But if they found it immediately at that time they went in, that would be covered. But the coverage is remaining the same. Those benefits are not changing. So it'd be paid the same.
Or can you explain how it would work if you are, 16 visits into a 30-visit physical therapy as of July 1st? Do they carry over, or do you start again?
So
Yep.
yeah, that would,
So we're working on, again, transferring that information. So the information we're looking to transfer over is, since it's a planned year starting July, not January, and your benefits run on a January cycle, the key items that are going to be carried over are deductible, the out-of-pocket maximum, and also plan limitations, such as day and visit limits. So similar to the question that was asked about the procedure, the benefits are not changing. And so essentially, it'll be a seamless transition come July 1st. What's going to be different is you're going to have a new card in your wallet. So that's essentially the difference. And you want to make sure that your providers that you're going to accept the new insurance. And we feel pretty confident that will be the case. But really, that's the only thing that you really need to be concerned with, is that your providers are going to be participating with Aetna. And again, we feel very confident based on all the analysis that that will be the case. But from a benefits perspective, yes, it'll be very seamless.
so just with that, we did do an analysis on the disruption for the providers, and there was a 97% match of the providers throughout all the schools. So like 22,000 members, we had all those 97% match with the providers. We did see a lot of fallout within chiropractors and some therapists, but no big key names. But if you do see your provider that you utilize is not in the network, please feel free to reach out to Nancy, and she is providing us with that information, and we're reaching out to those doctors to see if we can get them in the network. We've had a pretty good success rate so far, so there is a good chance that your provider might be able to join the network. Mm-hmm. Does it just start over?
Yep, so the way that we're structuring this is, again, to carry over all the limits. So it's not a start over, the clock doesn't start ticking again for July 1st. So if you have, it's a 30 visit limit and you exhaust 10 going into July 1st, you'll have 20 remaining. I mean, that is how we're structuring this. And that's the information we're getting from Blue Cross and handing off to Aetna. So again, you're not going to be getting a richer benefit from that perspective, but you're certainly not getting day or visits taken away from you.
Yeah.
When would the calendar year then restart for that kind of a thing?
So that would start on January 1st,
So it's January
17.
to January for those visits, even though the plan year is July to July. Okay.
Yep. Yep, there are no pre-existing conditions. Yeah, so Health Advocate is still there. That number is not changing, and that service is not changing. So that's still available to you. Any other questions? No?
That's a good point. So you have resources. I mean, you have resources with Aetna. You have resources with CVS. You have resources through Aon, your consultant, and your HR staff. But we would also recommend Health Advocate, which sometimes is an underutilized service. They're a phenomenal resource. So if you want to do a provider search, and you have great resources through the Aetna tools, but you also could pick up the phone and call Health Advocate, early in the day, and by the time class is over, they'll give you a phone call back and a voicemail with your answer. It's a very, very good resource that you should take advantage of.
Okay, so with that, I will turn it over to Chris at CVS, and he can review all your pharmacy benefits.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I'm Chris Hulsman with CVS Health. I'm responsible for our business development in the Northeast, and very excited to welcome you as a new plan and members of our prescription benefit plan through CVS Caremark starting July 1st. So today we're going to talk about some key items for you to know about your benefit, and one of the best things I can communicate to you is that your plan designs aren't changing. There aren't drugs that will be newly excluded. The benefits predominantly staying the same. There are some aspects to the benefit that are enhancements with CVS Health and slight differences from Independence Blue Cross. So the number one difference is with every prescription benefit provider, you have a different formulary. And the formulary is what differentiates the Tier 2 brands from the Tier 3. So for those of you that are on the two-tier plan where there's a generic copay and a brand copay, there's absolutely no changes. For those that have the three-tier plan where there's a generic copay, a preferred brand, and a non-preferred, 95% of drugs are staying the same. 2% of medications are going to go from that Tier 2 to a Tier 3 copay. But on the opposite side, we're going to have about 3.5% move to a positive. So for the group as a whole, our formulary is a net positive with more drugs moving to that lower copay tier. If your medication's moving from the Tier 2 to Tier 3, you'll get a personalized message mailing in late June that will provide you the formulary alternatives and notification that that's occurring. The network, so we are CVS. We are very appreciative of when you do shop at CVS. However, you are not required to. So we do have some enhancements there, but the national network that we provide has over 68,000 pharmacies included in it, including all retail chain pharmacies and most independents. For customer care, what's new is you will have a separate customer care line for the prescription benefit. So Aetna has their website, customer care. We have a 24/7 customer care line dedicated to the Bucks and Montgomery County schools. We'll have the online, and then we also have the mobile app. And then finally, how many people today shop at CVS and have an ExtraCare card? Wow, well, thank you for being a customer. Now being a plan member, you'll actually receive additional discounts and a new ExtraCare card that will come in late August that I'll kind of detail the benefits of later in the presentation. So when we look at networks and how to use the benefit, I just kind of want to give you an overview of what will happen in transition, what you need to do. So for a 30-day prescription that you are filling at any retail chain pharmacies, there's really not any new need from you except for to take in your new benefit ID card after July 1st and give that to the pharmacist. You do not need to get a new prescription if it has refills on it. The pharmacist just needs bill us versus Independence, Blue Cross, or Future Scripts, and the way they do that is with the information on the ID card. So again, just take the ID card into the retail pharmacy after July 1st for your next fill. If you're using mail order today for a 90-day prescription, all open refills will be transitioning over from Future Scripts mail order to CVS mail order on July 1st. So we'll have all the open refills. All that you'll need to do is either call us or go online to place your first order, and then you can sign up for auto refill if you're comfortable with that. We need to verify your address, get your billing information, and address any questions you have in working with us. We only need to do that once, and then we can carry on. If for some reason we didn't get your prescription, one, maybe there was not a refill left, and you didn't know it. We don't know it because we didn't get it. You don't need to go back to the doctor to get a new prescription. You can go online, or you can call us and ask us to get the prescription for you from your physician. We just need your physician's name, contact information, and the medication that you're taking, and we'll get that new 90-day prescription for you. An additional alternative that you have, and kind of a benefit enhancement with the move to CVS Health, is now you can actually use CVS retail pharmacy the same way you use mail order. So if you were filling a 90-day mail order but you prefer to use a retail location, you can actually go to CVS. If you're filling a 30-day prescription today, you can actually switch to a 90-day prescription at CVS and fill that medication at the mail order copay. So I'll kind of talk about that in a bit. And then the specialty pharmacy. So today, you're required to use Briova specialty pharmacy for your specialty drugs. I guess you aren't required, but if you're using Future Scripts specialty pharmacy, that's what you're using. You can continue to fill at any retail network pharmacy for a specialty drug. However, they aren't typically carried by the retail pharmacy, and that's because they have high control requirements on the amount of days that the medication's good for, temperature sensitive, and handling requirements, in addition to a very high cost that makes it prohibited for the pharmacies to carry it and leave it on their shelves. With CVS, you actually have the choice of going into a CVS retail pharmacy and getting a specialty medication. We actually ship it overnight from our specialty pharmacy for you to pick up. If you're using Briova today, again, we will transition all the open refills to CVS specialty pharmacy on July 1st. So that's all you'll need to do, again, is pick up the phone, call us, or go online to place your order, and we'll ship it out. We'll overnight it to you. But you also get that flexibility to go to CVS if you prefer. So when we look at kind of the maintenance choice offering, that's that choice to use CVS or mail order for your 90-day prescriptions at that lower mail order copay. This is just kind of, it's really about making the benefit easier for you and fitting in with the lifestyle you're living. And we realize that you and your family members may not have the same lifestyle or preferences. You may like going into the retail pharmacy. Your kid may like getting in the mail, at college, and you have that choice and flexibility, but you also have the choice to change it. So if you're going on vacation when your mail order prescription was supposed to arrive, call us up, tell us, I want to change it to the CVS around the corner, or I want to pick my medication up at CVS at Atlantic City. It doesn't matter to us. We need 4 hours to change the prescription owner of record in the system, and we'll transition it over there. You can, go back and forth as much as you'd like. Really just kind of making the benefit easier for you to utilize. Specialty is much the same way. One of the major benefits of using CVS specialty pharmacy or the retail pharmacy is that we're going to provide additional services from the clinical perspective to help you on your path to better health. And really, we do two things. One is you'll have a pharmacy care representative who specializes in your condition, work with you on a monthly basis, talk to you about your drug regimen, any interactions you may have, or administrative questions on injecting or infusing the medication. Then we're actually going so you'll have that service, basically a dedicated customer care representative specializing in your condition, whether you're using the CVS mail order specialty pharmacy or the CVS retail location. So when we look at specialty members and everyone in general, we recognize that you didn't fill all your prescriptions, get prescribed all your prescriptions on the same day of the month in the same year. For those of you that are on multiple medications, you probably started them at different times throughout your life. And if we look at the specialty members specifically, we built out a solution to make the benefit easier for access, but what we also realized that if you want to use the benefit most effectively for you and reap the lowest cost copays, you're going to have a maintenance medication that's non-specialty that you're going to be filling at the mail order pharmacy. You have the specialty medication that you're filling at specialty mail order. And then you'd have an infection or a condition rise up that you just need to take care of on a 30-day basis. And for our most complex members, you were having to use the most complex access regimen to fill your medication. So how could we make it easier? Providing access at CVS for all those prescriptions is one thing, but we also don't need you coming into the store 3 or 4 times and making it more difficult for you. So what we offer is an opportunity to synchronize those prescriptions to one day. So we'll actually short fill some medications on the month so that if you're getting your specialty medication or any other medication on the 15th of the month and you want to fill all your prescriptions at one time for you and your family versus making multiple trips, we can do that. And then you just come in on the 15th of every month to pick up the medication. So resources for you to kind of utilize the benefit and gain knowledge is we have 3 different sources. We have customer care, which will be a 24/7 dedicated line for Bucks and Montgomery County Schools Consortium. Number's 855-217-5433. This will open up on July 1st. Customer care agents will be able to help you with any questions you may have around the benefit, drug coverage, how to save money on utilizing the benefit. The website and the mobile app, we have the highest mobile app rating in the industry on Apple iTunes. On both sites, you're able to look up your plan benefit summary, price a drug, see if there's savings opportunities, find a pharmacy. You're going to be able to see where you're at on your accumulator towards your out-of-pocket. You can do this in the store there. You can actually, with the mobile app, take a picture of your pill bottle to order your refill. A very, very easy way to use the benefit. You can print an ID card off the website if you have a kid at school and he lost his ID card like I did many times in college. You can simply go on and print. The website will be open for Bucks and Montgomery County Schools on 7/1 as well. So finally, the ExtraCare card. Again, thank you guys for shopping at CVS and being loyal patrons, understanding that you have a good understanding of the ExtraCare bucks. I want you to know you're getting a new card. You will not lose the points. When we send the new card to you in late August, you're going to get specific instructions on how to transfer the points from your current ExtraCare card. And what your new card will actually come with is a discount on CVS brand health-related items that are not on sale. You'll get 20% off those all the time going forward. We actually find that the CVS brand is already about 40% less than the name brand medication next to it on the shelf. This will give you additional 20% discount, and then you'll also get a faster boost towards earning your ExtraCare bucks, and that you'll earn them with a 2% higher frequency than our standard customers. So this is a way of us thanking you and helping you in managing your overall healthcare cost for being a member of our prescription plan. So thank you. We look forward to servicing you, and I'm happy to address any questions you may have now. Sure. Sure. Yeah, so you're going to get your, so I'll kind of approach that two ways. She asked, if the benefit's starting July 1st, why don't you get the ExtraCare card till late August? So you're going to get two cards from CVS. You're going to get your benefit card, and that's coming in late June. The last 2 weeks of June, you're going to get your benefit ID card with your plan design, summary, and all that information that you need to access the benefit. The ExtraCare card comes in August, and the reason for the delay is that we have to wait till you're actually enrolled into the plan to be able to offer this to you for tax reasons. Yep. Yeah, so the way the plan design is set up is that you have access to a 34-day supply limit or 100 units, whichever is greater. So if you're filling a prescription for less than 100 units today, you can continue to go anywhere. But if you're filling for greater than 100 units or 34-day supply, the only ways to access the benefit for that would be through CVS or mail order. Yes? No, prescription drugs are, health spending account approved transactions, so you just need to make sure, you use it and file it with BennyCard the same way. Yep. Yes, down here in the front. Yeah, so the question was if you have the CVS app on your phone. So we have two applications. One is the CVS retail pharmacy application and mobile app, and then we have the CVS Caremark app, which is the benefit. So to reorder your medication from CVS, you don't need to get a new app, but if you want to be able to pull up your ID card, see your plan summary, or where you're at towards your out-of-pocket accumulator, you'd have to download the CVS Caremark one. In the back? Yep, that's you. Yeah, so it's the same plan design requirement where you can get up to 34 days or 100 units, whichever is greater. So if you were getting that today, you can continue to do that with CVS Specialty Pharmacy. Yes, in the blue. Yeah, he can download them both. If he's using CVS Retail, you can download the CVS Retail app just to reorder your medication through the retail pharmacy. If you download the CVS Caremark app, that's where he's going to get his ID card on his phone, and he can order through mail order that way, or specialty pharmacy as well. Yeah, I imagine. Yes. So I don't have the list in front of me to comment, but I can give you specific direction on at the table in the back. But in general, the first, I think that thing's like 6 pages. I'd say the first 5 is the listing of preferred drugs, and then the last page has the non-preferred medications listed with the preferred alternatives. So the ones that are non-preferred on that last page with preferred alternatives next to it, those are the tier 3 medications. Yes?
We are currently getting a 90-day supply from Community Specialty Pharmacy. Continue to get that 90-day supply.
Correct. You'll need to get it through CVS Specialty Pharmacy, but Briova's going away, but yeah. Yep. That's not the entire list. That's the, top 95% of medications that are prescribed, but the entire list, that's not the whole thing. It's not on there either way? Okay. Well, I can take a look. I can meet you at the table and we can talk about your specific medication. Any other questions? Well, appreciate your time coming out and spending it with us to learn on the benefit, and I think we have a couple more comments.
Just to wrap up, again, thank everybody for coming. We do have a presentation tomorrow at the high school in the cafeteria from 3 to 5, so you'll have another opportunity if you wish to attend that. Anybody who does have specific questions, we will be addressing those with either Aetna or CVS in the back. But to wrap up, thank you very much for coming, and have a safe evening.